Hello there, I'm Bonabert, and today I'm going to be ranking each Marvel phase. I'd figure I'd do this because Phase 4 is officially over, and I made a short a little bit ago and it didn't do that good, so I'm going to make it into a longer video. Anyway, let's get into it. At the number 4 spot, we got Phase 2. This was definitely one of the harder placements because it's got some really good movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is actually my favorite Marvel movie, and Captain America the Winter Soldier, which is pretty good. But then it's got my least favorite Marvel movie, Thor the Dark World. And the other movies, they're just kind of decent in my opinion. I'll give this phase a 7 out of 10 because it's not horrible, it's just not that great. At the number 3 spot, we got Phase 4. Now that it's officially over, I've changed my mind on it. Yeah, sure, it has way too many projects, and I believe this is where the downfall of Marvel started. But overall, it's got some really good Marvel movies, like Shang-Chi, which I talked about in yesterday's video, and Spider-Man No Way Home, which is amazing. It's got Moon Knight, which I enjoyed a lot, and it's actually my favorite Marvel show, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I did make a spoiler review on, so if you want to hear my thoughts on it, then go watch that. But I love this movie. It was a great ending for Phase 4, and this movie delivered in what I wanted. Overall, I'd give this phase a 7.5 out of 10. It's not that great, it's not that bad. At the number 2 spot, we got Phase 1. It's pretty good for being the first phase of Marvel, and it's a pretty good way to set up the MCU. One movie that I'm really fond of is The Avengers. I talked about it in my video yesterday, but I really like this movie. And it's a great ending for Phase 1 that teases the future of the MCU. And then you got Iron Man, the first movie in the MCU, and man does it slap. The MCU wouldn't be where it is without Iron Man. This movie's really great. It's definitely one of my favorites. And I'd say it's probably the best in Phase 1, but that's just my opinion. Some of Phase 1's movies aren't perfect, like Thor isn't bad, it's just kind of boring. And Captain America the First Avenger is pretty good. But Iron Man 2 is holding me back from putting this in the number 1 spot. So that's why I gotta give it an 8 out of 10. At the number 1 spot, we got Phase 3. Now, this phase is certainly not perfect. Captain Marvel's kinda mid, and Ant-Man and the Wasp wasn't my favorite. But then you got some really good movies like Spider-Man Homecoming. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Doctor Strange. And Avengers Endgame to top it all off. This is definitely one of the best Marvel movies. I did go into a little bit more detail yesterday in my video, so if you want to know where I placed it in my top 10, then go watch that. Overall, this phase has some of the best movies in the MCU. I forgot to mention Infinity War, but that's also really good. I gotta give this phase a 9 out of 10, mostly bangers. Leave a like if you agree with this list, and if you liked, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next one.